Are you looking for answers to your Medicare questions, but nobody wants to listen, they just want to talk? Hi, I'm Bob Vineyard, your Medicare expert with the Georgia Medicare Minute. I know you've got questions because everybody does. Even people who think that they've got a handle on this Medicare thing, they still have questions. And sometimes they get answers to them and sometimes they don't. Most of the time, all they get is a sales pitch. Well, welcome to the no selling zone, and that's exactly true. That's what I call the place here. People call me and they email me on a regular basis, and they have questions, and they tell me that nobody wants to listen to them. Nobody wants to give them answers. They just until they buy something. Now, after you buy something, they'll be glad to answer any questions that you have about Medicare up to a point. And then they're going to move on to somebody else. They can sell them because, well, you've already bought. And, so at that point, they're done with you for the most part. That's the way it happens, unfortunately, with a lot of agents out there. I don't do it that way. I have been in the health insurance business for over 45 years. I've worked on the carrier side. I've also been an independent agent for the last 25 years. And I'm on Medicare myself. You're not going to find that combination anywhere. I can tell you that right now. If you're looking for answers to your questions, you've come to the right place. And I'll tell you why. If you look at my site, if you watch some of my YouTube videos. As a matter of fact, I was talking to an agent the other day, and he said, you don't sell a product on your YouTube videos. You just educate people. And I said, well, yes, I do sell a product, and the product is me. It's not the Medicare supplement plan. It's not the drug plan. The product is me. You can get a Medicare plan, Medicare supplement plan anywhere. You can get them direct from a carrier. You can get them from somebody in the Midwest. It's working in a phone bank, and they're calling people and trying to sell them something in 10 minutes or less. And it's usually, when they're doing it like that, it's usually something that you don't want, you don't need, and you can't afford. Well, I do things differently. I treat people the way I would want to be treated if I were in their shoes. And, basically my pitch, if you will, is give me 10 minutes. Give me a call. Let's talk. And ask me any question that you want about Medicare. And either you like my answer or you don't. If you don't like my answer, well, we go our separate ways. But if you do, then we'll pursue this to the point that you feel comfortable and you're ready, comfortable enough to move forward and make a decision, and you're ready to buy a product. And again, that product is me. It's not the policy. It's not it's not the insurance contract. You're buying me. Because anytime you've got questions, not only before you buy the product, but afterwards, anytime you've got questions, all you have to do is call or email. That's it. I usually prefer email because that way we both have a record of it. But, just ask me anything. That's what I'm here for. I mean, my gosh, if you can't tap into my years of experience, then what good is it? You're not going to get that if you go direct to a carrier. You're going to call somebody, you press 1 for English, and you go to voicemail. Somebody calls you back 3 days later while you're in the shower. What good is that? If you buy from somebody that works in a phone room somewhere, you call back 2 months later. They're probably not there. Or if they are, they're not available to take your call. You're routed off to somebody else. So there is no personal there's no personal attention there. I had somebody email me the other day. He said he had watched every one of my YouTube videos, and I'm thinking, wow, that's interesting. And he wanted to know, he said, why is it that you're only in Georgia? Most of the other independent agents work in several states all over the country. Why do you only work in Georgia? And I said, well, there's a couple of reasons for that. One of them is I've lived in Georgia for 40 years, and I know the people here and I know the market very well. And I figure I'm in a better position than most anybody else to give folks advice on what Medicare is here, as opposed to trying to talk to somebody in Texas or North Dakota or somewhere else where I know absolutely nothing about it. Other than North Dakota, I think is kind of cold from time to time. And I run a boutique. I've got a little over 500 clients. Some of these other places, especially the ones that run the big phone rooms and so forth, they have literally thousands of clients. And I don't do things that way. I want to give people personal attention at least as much as possible. And sometimes, especially during open enrollment, it becomes a little more difficult to do that. But I do like to give personal attention, and whenever you call me, I'm never on the clock. I never say, well, all right, you've got 5 minutes, talk. Let's get down to the point. I don't do that. If I'm busy, I'll still take some time to listen to you. But I may, if things are really going crazy, I may say, look, I'm really going to have to go on, and I've got to deal with some other things. Can I get back to you? And again, this is just the way I approach it. But getting back to something I said earlier, I'm the product, not the insurance plan. And I say that because there have been some people lately in particular that will call me up or they'll email me and they'll ask me all these questions about Medicare and this plan versus that plan and so forth, and I take my time and I answer them. I give them more information than probably anybody else. I certainly give them more rate information than anybody else, and I pretty much kind of let you go. It's kind of like people used to use the term "I'm window shopping." Well, I'll let you window shop all you want. Doesn't really matter to me. I'd like to earn your business, but if you end up going somewhere else, if I never hear from you, or you go direct to a carrier, or you go to another agent. I've had this happen a few times. Well, my old college fraternity brother called me up, and he said he's in the Medicare business. I'm just going to buy from him, but I really appreciate what you've done. I've got news for you. The people who do stuff like that, don't you dare call me back next year or the year after that and say, hey, you remember when we talked and so forth? I've got some questions for you, and I'm thinking about making a change, and I'm going to give you the business this time. Forget it. You've had your chance, and you've blown it, as far as I'm concerned. Because, again, I am the product. You didn't buy me as my product, and you wanted somebody else. That's fine. It doesn't bother me a bit. I'm not going to chase you down or anything like that. But don't you dare come back to me. I mean, that's really just the way I feel. It's not personal. It's a business decision. But anytime you've got questions, anything that you want to know, there's a lot of information you can get from my site. You can get it from my YouTube channel. But you can also get it from me personally. This is Bob Vineyard, your Medicare expert with the Georgia Medicare Minute. Let's take care. Have a great day.